So this morning I am 80.8 kg, which is my highest weight so far. This nose tape survived last night. Been using these. Now, if you don't know what nose tape is, it basically just opens up your airways. For me, I'm terrible because I sleep on my back. I snore a fair bit at night. At the moment, Vicky's ill as fuck, so I feel like I'm getting it as well. So these nose tapes are brilliant from just opening up those airways so you can breathe at night, you don't snore as much, and you get a way better and deeper sleep. And since actually I've been using them, I've been checking like my data on my Oura ring. As you guys know, I do wear an Oura ring. I've had it for a few months now, and I've used a lot of tracking devices in the past for my sleep. I've used apps, I've used like Fitbits. In my opinion, nothing's come close to the Oura ring in terms of the data that it can provide you and the accuracy of it as well. If you've been contemplating getting yourself an Oura ring, I would 100% get yourself one. So morning routine done. Please, 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 if you're watching this and you do take steroids, take your blood pressure 2-3 times a week and do your blood glucose as well, okay? Please. I have coached and have seen so many people over the years neglect some of the key basic things you should be doing when using anabolics, and they just don't know about it or they don't care. Now, everyone's values are very different, and I get that I can't change people, but one bit of advice, take it or leave it. If you're going to do something and go down this route where you are jeopardizing your health, please just take the responsibility and do the right thing and look after it. Or just don't take steroids at all. That's just my opinion. If you're not willing to do what's needed to be done to look after yourself, just please don't run the risk of doing it. Our week number 9 into the bulk, and I am around about 7 kilos up since we came back from Thailand at the end of last year. I've obviously been on a cycle now for about 5 weeks. Things have been going well, and that scale weight just needs to keep climbing up steadily. I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling fuller, so we're moving in the right direction in terms of the bulk. Today's video, I wanted to start off by saying something a little bit more personal, and that is surrounding my vaping. I've stopped vaping completely, and the reason behind that, on day number 3 actually, I've been going really well. It's 3 days without any vape, which is actually huge for me because I've been an avid vapor for the last 2 years straight, every day, and it's got progressively worse to the point where I'll vape in the morning with my meal, whilst working, when taking the dogs for a walk, when going to the gym, after the gym, in the evening, before bed. I would literally vape 24/7. It started off by just having a puff here and there, then it became more of a regular thing. And I've really got to a point now where I think, actually, you know what, this is an issue and I need to deal with it, because me and Vicky were speaking the other day about how like mentally weak you must be if you need a vape every 5 seconds, or you need a vape to deal with stress or tiredness. Like back in the day, the Georgie boy, if he was stressed or tired, he would deal with things in the right way. At the moment, I'm finding myself, oh, I'm tired, I need a vape. Oh, I'm fucking busy and stressed, I need a vape. Like, how emotionally and how mentally immature am I right now if I'm having to rely on a vape? And I seriously think, I've been debating this over the last couple of days, I seriously think I've had a few like mental wobbles over the last couple of years. I think it's down to being mentally weak, and I think the vape is a contributor towards that, because when I didn't vape, I used to be so mentally resilient and stronger with everything that I do, but now I'm so much of like a walkover with myself. Like, I'll just give in and give up so easily. Like, there's no like resilience to me and what I used to be and what I used to take a lot of pride in as well. So on day number 3, things have been going well so far. I think also as well, back to the point where I was just thinking, like, when I see people vape, I think, what a pussy. Like, you've got your pink fucking flavored, colored, multi-fucking colored vape in your hand and you're having a puff on it. Really? I look at people like that and I'm guilty of it myself. It's mental. Honestly, it's mental. So yeah, day number 3, it's been going well so far. The first day I was really motivated. Yesterday I was severely hungry, and I'm in a bit of a routine of where I usually would vape at certain times. So right now when I'm editing and working, I have a little vape. So what I've been noticing with myself is I've been like reaching out for it, but I'm like, what am I doing, George? No, it's kind of like that. It's fucking tap shit when you actually think about it. It's so fucking tap. It's been a little little bit more of a struggle today because I've been in like my routines of where I usually would vape. But I'm not gonna allow that to stop me, okay? I can definitely do it. I've done it before. I've done crazy shit like get fucking stage lean, diet for fucking 30 plus weeks. I can certainly give up a fucking vape. The biggest struggle that I've noticed as well is that when I've been out and about, I've seen people vaping whilst driving, and it reminds me, this is how fucking tapped it is. It reminds me of vaping. I'm like, fuck, he's vaping. It reminds me if I want to vape, you know? It's tapped. It's honestly tap shit. So if you're listening to this right now, give that fucking vape up. If you're watching me right now and you're fucking vaping, please give it up. Please. I used to be dead against it, trust me, but since I've been doing it, I just feel mentally so much better. I feel like I've got to the end of the day and I've not vaped. It sounds so fucking stupid to many people that don't vape right now. I feel like I am so mentally stronger because I've got through the day. It's been busy, I've been tired, I've been stressed, but I've fucking overcome it and I've dealt with it in the right way rather than puffing on a fucking vape to get me through the day. Anyway, waffling now. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, all that sort of good shit, and let's get into it. How are we, YouTube? Today is the 4th of March and it is 7:30 a.m. Time's going by very quick. Remember being back in school and I used to live for 3:30. Used to live for it. That's when we basically finished school, if anyone didn't know. And now I'm like, I don't ever want it to be 3:30. The days go by so quickly. I remember being in school and it used to drag like nobody's business. And life is just going like that. Like I'm 28 next month. Where the fuck is the time going? I'm nearly 30. Basically my life's over. When I get you 30, your life is basically over, isn't it? Real deep thoughts this morning, guys. Like seriously, I'm deep in life. Like, you know, you have those moments where you actually take a step back and go, shit. Time is going by very quickly and we only have X amount of time on this planet before we don't know what happens next. I hate thinking about those sort of things. It actually gives me huge amounts of anxiety. Anyway, fuck all that. Let's forget about that now. I'm gonna take you through a day in life. What we're doing whilst we're bulking. I've got legs today. It'll be my first leg session back after my injury, which I'm a little bit nervous about, to be honest with you, because whilst I feel fine now, I don't know if I can just go and do one exercise and my back is just gonna go back to how it was before. So I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, but we're gonna go through like how to overcome injuries, how to approach your training post-injury. I'm gonna take it easy, he says. I'm gonna try and take it easy. Probably insert a clip of me now fucking sending it. Hopefully you're going to enjoy today's video and of course get some value from it. And as well as that, YouTube, we've been watching YouTube lately, it's fucking shit. Sitting there scrolling like, fucking this is shit. Like there has to be something better on. So I'm hoping this is going to be some of the best YouTube content that you're going to watch the week, hopefully. Received a big box last night at like 7 p.m. Honestly, the doorbell went last night and I was like, who in the hell is knocking at the door at 7 p.m? You know when you just shit yourself, you start looking out the window and you're like, this is not usual times for people to be knocking on doors. Long story short, it was the postman who came with this box. He said, sorry, we're late. Yeah, you don't deliver fucking parcel at 7 o'clock, mate. Fucking shitting us up thinking we're going to get burgled or the police are at the door. Not that I've done any crimes whatsoever, but you know those sort of ones, you just shit yourself for no reason. Anyway, let's show you what's in the box. Oh, is there a need for this? Like, I appreciate, like, come on, like, I don't know if there's a need for that. Like, there's more of it as well. Oh no, sorry, there's actually stuff in it. But there's more of it. Fuck you, now it's like bloody pass the parcel in. Look, there's loads of it. Jesus Christ. Jesus, they really want to protect what's in here. Just find out, oh, it's just supplements. Like, really? Is there any for that? Anyway, I don't know. We're just going to run with it. There's literally more of it. Look. Look at all that. Look. I've got to figure out how to put that in the bin now. God, the bin only went yesterday. That's going to be sat in the bin for the next week.Maybe I need to dump it in the forest or something. I'm not going to do that, by the way, because that is, I hate when people like fly tip, is it? I hate when people do that. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot that's going to go in the bin, and that bin's going to be full for the next week, and I'm going to have to, anyway. Yeah, let's show you what we got. A little bit of a update on some of the supplements that we are using. So first things first, cream of rice. Best cream of rice that we've used, in my opinion, is the cookie dough supplement needs one. Of course, I'm going to rate it 100%. A few other bits, just some additional top-ups on our EAAs. I like the rainbow gummy bear flavor. A few little bits like glutamine, so we'll add that into the morning. If you want a really good poo in the morning, add like 5 5, maybe even 10 grams of glutamine in there, and that will give you the perfect shit in the morning. Any guys that are on cycle, so a few bits that you will need is kidney and blood pressure, so I use that morning and evening, as well as that the liver stack, and the last one, the, oh, if I can spin it around, the heart stack as well. So 3 important supplements I would recommend using on cycle. 2 things which are great for inflammation, glutathione and curcumin. These are liposonal. So basically the absorption when you drink these is like a little shot on a little cup. Basically when you drink these from the cup, far better absorbing, long story short, or the most BTEC way that I can explain it. Whether you're assisted, whether you're natural, I always recommend a good quality omega-3. Electrolytes, so this one is like, do you know the Cola Rush? So basically, do you know the sweets back in the corner shops you used to go to at school? Basically tastes like that. Really, really good. I use this maybe once or twice throughout the day. Joint stack as well, of course, really good for my lower back at the moment, and just all round all year, especially when you're training and you're getting old as fuck, you need to look after your joints a little bit more. Another staple for me is a probiotic. Now I implemented this last month and I've actually found my digestion to be even better since I've been stacking these 2 together. So probiotics, not really something I used in the past. Again, I recommend it to clients here and there, but I've tried it and I've got some good benefits from it, so I'm going to keep it in for this month as well. Of course, guys, if you are interested in any of the products that you saw and want to try for yourself, head to the description, use code BORNE, and you'll get yourself 10% off any of the products that you see. Next problem I've got is trying to find space for these now, because as you can clearly see, our cupboard is full of supplements and I don't know where I'm going to bloody put it. To be honest with you, there are some things that I could get rid of here, but I'm not going to, because Vicky would probably have a go at me, so I need to ask her, can we get rid of stuff before just chucking it away? Does anyone do that? Just throw stuff away without asking? And it's literally the wrong decision to make. You should literally ask before, because all of a sudden, like, they've not used it in the last 6 months. And you think, oh, they ain't going to use it, throw it away. All of a sudden they start wanting to use it. I'm like, you're not using it the last 6 months. Fucking come on now. Used to be back at home. When I used to live back at home, it was quite funny because my mum used to think this was all drugs. She's like, your drugs cabinet or your drugs cupboard. I'm like, it's not really drugs, mum. It's definitely not the drugs that I'm using, to be honest with you. She would, yeah, she would. She's probably watching this right now anyway. So yeah, mum, this is not drugs. My drugs are in there. I'll have to cut that out. Yeah, these are supplements, mum, don't worry. So yeah, I've got to find where to fucking put these in here, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare. And if I know me, I'm just gonna like start off by trying to neatly put it in there, but what's going to happen is I'm just going to end up fucking just throwing it in there and just like, I just can't be asked, you know what I mean? Then you open the cupboard and it just all falls out. That's just literally me all over. Look how much space that's taken up. I don't think that does it on camera. Like, there's just no need for that, is there? Let's be honest. There's just absolutely no need for that. Yeah, look what a beautiful day it is. Just stand outside for a minute. One thing that I would always recommend trying to do is just, let me see if I can sort this line out quickly so we can, there we go. Is just stand outside for a moment and just take it in. Okay, I'm done now. So Tuesday mornings, I don't have any check-ins, and what I like to do, what I am starting to do, I'm saying what I like to do, I'm literally starting this week, is invest more into my learning, because I found myself plateauing over the last year or two, and I'm not learning anymore. Like, I don't know any more than what I did 2 years ago, because I almost feel like I know enough that I don't need to learn more, and there's always more to learn, right? You know, the saying goes, knowledge is power. I 100% believe in that. I think that's 100% true. So this year for me, moving forward, is all about learning more, whether it's PDs, training, nutrition, and not only implementing that into my coaching, but also these YouTube videos for you guys to learn. Yeah, I just think for me, like the first 5 years of my bodybuilding journey, I was learning so much, and then the last sort of couple of years, I've just sort of not really invested into learning. So I've just spent some time on the J3U website or member site. I'm just gonna write down some notes as I listen to, you know, a certain topic or whatever it may be. I'm gonna probably take the dogs out for a walk after that, just to kind of reset and just take a moment away from it. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to read through all my notes and sort of try and learn it a little bit more. I think that's a great way of learning. So don't get lazy with your learning is one thing that I would say. And that doesn't just apply to bodybuilding, that just applies to life as well. You know, don't get lazy with it and plateau, because we want to constantly make progress, and that saying, knowledge is power. So fucking true.
And answering some questions around what's sustainable and enjoyable becomes what's optimal for that athlete within this step 3. So the first question I always ask is, how many days per week can you train? This is
meal number 2 a day. We've got rice, beef mince, veg. I've also got some dark chocolate in this little bowl here. When it comes to deciding what to eat in your off season, the number one thing that I say to anyone, what do you enjoy eating? That's the first priority. Like, what do you enjoy eating? Because there are too many people who eat things that they don't necessarily like. I used to do that. I used to eat, what did I used to eat? Banana.
You still do?
I still do, but I used to bite a banana. I never used to make like cream of rice or oats back in the day. I used to like bite into banana and force myself to eat banana because it had potassium in it, and it was what bodybuilders used to eat. Because it used to be quite like back 7-8 years ago, a lot of people used to eat bananas. We go through these sort of trends like cream of rice and oats are like a thing nowadays. So I used to force myself to eat banana, and then I realized, why the fuck am I forcing myself to eat something that I don't want to? Because remember, when we are making progress, it's all about being sustainable and doing it for a long time. And if you're doing something you don't enjoy or eating something you don't enjoy, you ain't gonna fucking sustain that. So number one priority is eat the things that you enjoy eating, regardless of what anyone says. And point 2 and point 3 is fuel. What was the other one?
Health, digestion.
That was it. It was digestion.
Oh, good thing you got a smart girlfriend.
It was digestion. Right, we'll cut that out. The second point, eat for fuel purposes. Like this stuff, yeah, okay, it's nice, of course, but a lot of this, I want to fuel my training session. I want to fuel building more muscle. And then the third thing is digestion for me. Big one. Big one for, it should be a big one for everyone, is making sure that you eat the foods that digest well. So what doesn't digest well for me? Do you know what doesn't digest well for me?
Sushi. That's true. You always get the shit out of sushi.
Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes sushi doesn't sit well with me, but I'll still eat it because I enjoy it.
But you don't eat it every single day.
But I don't eat it every single day. As much as I would love to, I don't eat it every single day because I know.
You don't eat pasta?
Pasta, that's it. A lot of potato as well. A lot of starchy sort of stuff makes me very bloated and gives me smelly gas. I go for bad poos.
That's what I want to be hearing before.
Just before we eat our food. That doesn't sort of bother me, that sort of stuff. But anyway, this is waffling on way too long. Food tastes nice. Fuel, digestion. Don't eat something that doesn't digest well. Fuel your body. What makes you feel good? What makes you train well? And what do you fucking enjoy eating? I should have said that to begin with. That would have been 20 seconds done.
Yeah, but if you did say it at the start, then you wouldn't be Georgie boy.
Add it up, put it in their face, ain't no stopping.
We're back. We're back together.
When were you apart?
In my last YouTube video.
Oh yeah, we were.
Clearly she hasn't watched my YouTube video. Have you watched my YouTube video? No. We're back together at the gym to discuss our pre-workout. Chat, George and Vix here at BORNE Coaching. So Vicky hasn't really updated much about what she's doing at the moment. Oh, actually, before we go into that, I'll tell you one thing that I absolutely love when driving over here. One, first of all, the sun being out. Like, that makes a huge difference for me when going to the gym and the sun is out. Number 2, the weather being warmer. Like, the sun can be out, but when it's warm, it hits differently. And number 3, loud music.
Yeah, saying that, we were driving and it was sunny and it was so warm. My eyes were like this.
Great. And she's had a coffee and she's having half a fucking scoop of pre-workout as well, the little caffeine head.
Rascal.
Be honestly, look, best feeling in the world. Weather, loud music, windows down as well. I have my windows slightly open. Oh, banging, honestly. Anyway, what I was meant to say is Vicky hasn't really spoken about what she's doing lately. She's completely changed up her, not completely changed up her training.
I have completely changed it up.
Yeah, she is doing something very different that she's slightly influencing me on a little bit in terms of like.
Am I?
A little bit, because I've seen how much progress you've made. It's kind of like, maybe I should go and do this. Well, long story short, she is working with someone who specialises in like
joint health and posture and training.
Yes.
And ultimately physique development, which is something that I was like skeptical about, because I was like, I'm a bodybuilder and I know I need to do rehab work, so I'm going off on a tangent now. Basically reached out to him because I was very, very injured, and this guy knows what he's talking about. I went to him because I was like, I want to do what I'm doing, but I want you to help me not feel the pain whilst I'm doing it. And he pretty much said to me like, it's just not possible. So I've taken a complete step back from what I thought was right for me. I've let my ego down and sort of have followed what he's told me to do, which is reverse programming, I believe.
I don't know what he's done, but it's the opposite to what we would usually do. If you're a bodybuilder right now, you know how stubborn you are with your set ways of training, especially me. Like, it's progressive overload, it's training to failure, it's doing, like, you sort of turn your nose up when someone's doing something different almost. That sort of mentality that we've been in for years pretty much.
Oh yeah.
And this is completely different to what Vicky would usually program herself. So when she first got the program through, she was like, I'm not fucking working with this guy.
I was literally, I'm leaving him.
I looked at it and I was like, she's not going to do this one bit. But she's been persistent with it. She's been doing it for the last couple of weeks and she's seen really good results from it. So it just goes to show that sometimes you have to do something a little bit different to what you are. So if you're doing something right now and it's not working, you've got to be prepared to change it. Whether you like it or not, or whether you think it's your way and it's the only way, if it's not working for you, change it. That's words of wisdom pre-workout, okay? And Vicky's been doing that. I haven't done that yet. Saying that, I want to RDL today, but I'm not going to.
Well, according to my coach, that's the last thing you should be doing.
Yeah, so not
doing deadlift is the last thing you should be doing.
So I should be doing it.
You should be doing it, but you should also be doing all of the extra things that build up your stability and ability to actually RDL, which you're not doing.
No, so I don't feel like I should be doing it just yet. There we go. Hey, I've got out of it. So yeah, I'm in for legs and lats today. Like I said, I think early in the video, this is my first proper leg session back since I injured my back almost 2 weeks ago now, which is pretty mental. So I'm going to try and take it easy. Vix is in for legs. She's doing a load of rehab shit. Like, if you saw her in the gym doing the stuff that she's doing, you'd be like, what the fuck is she doing, you know? But it's for her sake, you know.
And who's got bigger legs in this relationship? Thank you very much.
Thank you and good night.
Closed.
Anyway, let's get into the old gymnasium. I'm gonna fucking switch on. We'll talk about what's going on in the old training session. So, quick little advice before I leave the car: make sure you put your headphones in before you go into the gym. That way, you basically don't want to be speaking to people. You know, when you walk in the gym, you see someone you know, and you start fucking talking to them for like 10 minutes. You're like, right, I'm ready to go now, and I don't really want to speak. Put your headphones in. That means you're locked the fuck in. Don't fucking talk to me. Let's have a good one. So, today's session is going to be the following. It's going to be a D-handle lat pull down. In my opinion, one of the best exercises for your lats, and everyone can do it. If you've got a cable stack and a bench, which every gym does, you can do that exercise. So hitting the lat vertically and then hitting the lat horizontally with our second lat row movement, which is a D-handle, or it's going to be a plate loaded lat row. I'm going to find which one I sort of prefer. And then going to move on to the leg extension. I'm then going to move on to the A-B ductor, and that's going to be for a rest pause. So what I like to do with rest pauses is 3 failure points, 15-20 second rest period in between. So I start off with trying to aim for 15 reps, I'll take 20-second rest, I'll go again to failure, get maybe like 5 reps, take 20-second rest period, and I'll repeat that again. So 3 failure points, 20 seconds in between it, all to failure. A great way of actually creating a decent amount of volume in a short period of time. So if you notice that you don't have much time in the gym, rest pauses are a great intensity method to actually enable you to get some intensity and not spend fucking hours and hours in the gym. I'm then going to move on to the leg press, which is obviously going to be interesting this week because obviously I've not done anything like that for my lower back for a while, and I usually would have an RDL at the end. However, I may not do that. I think he says I should, but I may not do that just yet because I haven't done any of the mobility stuff that I should be doing, naughty George, to allow me to continue doing that. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't trained this session in 2 weeks, so it should be fun. Either way, locked in, warmed up, got some mobility out of the way to begin with, and then I'm going to go downstairs and crack on with what needs to be done. So yeah, today is the 4th of the 3rd, 2025, mental, and I am 80.7 kilos, and funny enough, 2 weeks ago when I did this session, I was 78.4, so I'm literally 2.3 kilos up since I did this session 2 weeks ago, which is pretty wild, but I have been on cycle, and things do change when you're on cycle. Anyway, enough of the waffling, let's get into it. Luckily I've got my headphones charged because the music in here is just not for me, and I need music to really get me into this sort of training session. And that rest day tomorrow, as I always say. So if you're resting tomorrow and you know that you've got a training session today, fucking send it and earn the rest day. Too, when you wake up in the morning on that rest day, and it's like, yeah, I need today off, you know, that's the goal of it. So yeah, hardest working person in the gym, That's all I care about. I don't care about being the biggest. I don't care about being the strongest. I just care about working hard. And hard work always fucking rewards. If you put the effort in. Everything that I've done in my life till this point has just been work hard. I don't have the blessed genetics. I'm fucking 5'5" for fuck's sake. There's nothing blessed about being 5'5". I've self-sabotaged myself. Stop. There's plenty of blessings to be 5'5". However, I take pride in working hard, and that's what's got me into the position that I have done today, is because I work relentless in any situation, and any hurdles that come up, I'll always find a way to still keep the gym a part of my routine, still train hard, still wear my heart on my sleeve, and still want more. That's all I want, is I just want to progress. I don't care how big or small it is. All I care about is finding a solution to my problems to become better. And that's a little bit of words of wisdom from the Georgie boys. So let's fucking get into it. Come on, Georgie boy. Let's get fucking massive, you little bastard.
Item block in this slot.
What you'll notice me do with this exercise is when I go into it, I actually roll my shoulder back and then depress. So before you actually pull, you roll that shoulder back and drop it. And that's the movement that you want to do. Now, I always recommend semi-supinating the wrist, because if I'm like this and I pull down like this, what does my elbow do? It comes out, it darts away. I don't want that. Whereas when I supinate my wrist, notice how my elbow stays stuck in. Compared to this, my elbow wants to flare out. And as you get close to fatigue, that elbow wants to flare out more. So supination, have that you can. Advice for you, whatever the fuck that you do in the gym today, just fucking send it. Like, it's the best thing you could possibly do. Just because it's not optimal, or it's not what you see on social media, or someone's, doing this, so I need to be doing it. Like, if you enjoy the way that you train, it's completely different to anyone else that trains that way. Fuck them. Fuck them. Just keep doing your thing, but just send it. Just absolutely fucking send it. Train to failure, push yourself, and do more than you did last week. That's what you got to do. Do that for a long time, you're going to grow. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to enjoyment. The number one thing to progression is enjoyment. If you're not doing something that is enjoyable, but it's more optimal, you ain't going to fucking stick to it. Who does that? But if you are going to do something that is more enjoyable, but it may not be as optimal, you're going to take it a lot further. So that is two very simple lat exercises that I've just done on a cable stack. And what I always see in the comments, oh, you're so lucky to be at a gym like this. Like, I train at a commercial gym and it's shit and it hasn't got the equipment. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, pure gyms, commercial gyms, they're fucking shit. But at the same time, what are you going to do about it? You're in that position right now. There's not much you can really do. Let's make a good fucking thing out of a shit situation. You've still got cable stacks. Okay, yeah, is it maybe the best cable stacks? No, but it still does the job, and you can still train just as hard and still make progress regardless of whatever fucking gym that you're in. It doesn't fucking matter. So stop using bullshit excuses. Stop being a fucking little pussy, because that's what it is essentially. It's excuses. It's being a pussy. It's not being a man. Own up to your shit. Take action on it. I know that was so unnecessary, wasn't it? Me being that aggressive is so unnecessary, but it's true though. Like, it is a cable stack. It does the job. Every gym's got a cable stack. It's down to you whether you put the effort and the intensity in to make the progress that you want. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. You're getting sus angles of me trying to do mobility, are you? Is my arse sweaty, is it? Fuck, I've not even started training legs yet. I'm trying to sort out my mobility. Vicky's taking me through mobility bits because my mobility is horrendous. Like, my hip flexors are so tight. And I've got horrendous lordosis as well, like horrendous. The arch in my lower back is mental. What's next? What's that? That's alright, isn't it? Song of choice before we get started is Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man. Too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers. Thank you.
Grace.
Thank you. I am actually doing some lower rep ranges, like I think that was 11 reps. So I'm trying to do lower rep range on this because I find when I go like 12 above, that's when my lower back just wants to like take over. So I find I'm able to get a little bit more out going heavier lower rep ranges rather than high rep ranges, especially with the lower back being a little bit fragile. So if you're the same, fucking hell, try doing it yourself. Oh, fuck. I don't know if you'll be sick or not.
We don't say it's vaping. We say.
It's actually nice to come out of the gym and it's still bright. Good session. Good session. Tired though, just very tired. I think the thing that I'm doing at the moment is I'm not actually having a stim pre-workout at the moment. I'm actually going to, I've actually been using non-stims and trying to have minimal amounts of caffeine for the day. I have about 2 coffees. I usually have 3 in like a pre-workout sometimes, so maybe that's the reason why I've sort of dropped off a little bit towards the end there, but either way. Contemplating life.
I am.
One of those sessions where you just debate life afterwards. I love it. Oh, a little bit of sunshine. There's Mangy. Say hello to the vlog. Hello guys, you've been asleep, haven't you? What's this sock doing here then? Did you steal this sock? She loves stealing socks, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was her. Anyway, that is week number 9, rounded up of the bulk. So, it's been a good one. Progressing. Feeling a little bit under the weather. I feel like I've got a bit of a sore throat coming on, a bit of a cold. I know when people are ill, when clients check in and they tell me that they are severely under the weather, I kind of like almost go into hibernation. And I feel like I've got a bit of a bunged up, congested nose, sore throat. So I think I'm going to get it. which is annoying. So week number 10, we're going into it ill, but we're going to do our best and work around it as best as we can, as always. If you have enjoyed today's video, please comment down below. Ball. This is my cricket ball, which is a little massage ball for me between work. I go against that wall and I just fucking release some of my traps. Really good idea, by the way. So if you can't afford a massage ball, you can definitely afford a cricket ball. Go to Sports Direct, get yourself a cricket ball, and you'll be sound. I keep fucking doing that. I'm actually scared I'm going to launch it right at the camera. Anyway, I hope you are well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next week's vlog.